Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely from Twin Flame Body, Twin Flames Merge, and today I want to talk to you about Merry Christmas. So I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, and I want to talk to you a little bit about just the holidays in general, and what some of these mean for you. If you happen to celebrate something else, I hope you are having a wonderful holiday. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. So it's not just about Christmas. Sometimes this is the most stressful time of the year for a lot of reasons. A lot of companies are trying to arrange their schedules. Things are just kind of jumbled together. People feel pressure of a different kind. There's travel. I'm going to just say something to you. Cut people slack. Just cut them some slack, because sometimes you may not know how much pressure someone has. This is one of the reasons why people don't like the holidays. Holidays sometimes bring up memories. Your body can hold those memories. So I want to give you some tips here on how to navigate the holidays uh, as we go into not just a brand new year, but a brand new decade. This is a new decade, and it's going to be a good one. So, a lot of the stuff that's been happening for people over the past several years, I want to let you know, because I get guidance on this stuff and I see it. I see it at night in my dream time. Things get shown to me. I like to share. First of all, there's a bridge in place. I dreamed that. The next thing is that there is this lightening up effect, which has been so gradual. A lot of people don't realize that it's actually been going on. A lot of people don't realize that they've actually been being slightly ascended and lifted. That's going to be some of the family and friends around you. Don't expect some of the same old stuff. You're not here to repeat things. You're here to enjoy. And you're here to enjoy life. You're here to enjoy life together. Now, what if, like me, you're not together? You're kind of separate, or you're somewhat, and you just feel overwhelmed and just a jumble of emotions. Well, that's kind of normal. With pressure comes a jumble of emotions, but it's not your new normal. What about food? Okay, here's the promise of the cardinal, the strength of the cardinal who returns in the winter. And, I want to remind you that we're on the upswing. There is much more light now coming. And we're sort of at this equal thing here, meaning equalization between the hemispheres of the earth. And this might sound really strange to a lot of people, but this is the way that I see it, receive it, and that it's a diminishing effect of some of the fighting, the dissension. Okay. Squabbling and tolerating is a whole different story. And you may find that even if you are alone, you're kind of solo right now, you don't have to feel lonely. I'm here with you. I am right here. And there have been many holidays that I've been fasting. And one of the things that I did is I just asked for something to go. Hey, I'm doing this fast, I'm doing this purge. My family learned to roll with it. They were kind of like, you doing a fast again for the holidays, right? But you know what? It helps. If you do some, small part, this actually helps you, and it helps your other half. What about food? What about overindulging? Well, two things. Make sure that you get activity. Okay, walk. Walking absolutely helps your digestion, and you can walk off things so that you don't feel all oogie after, because there is a lot to overindulge around this time of year. People do it. It's hard. It's hard to say no. It's hard to say no to the hostess or the host. It's hard to say no to friends. It's hard to walk away. But what if you just don't feel well? What if some of the things are just things that don't agree with you? Drink water and walk. And you would be surprised at how much that actually will help you. Get everyone to go on a walk with you. Get the kids to go on a walk. Many, many times I was the one who was saying, I feel like walking. Who's with me? And get people moving. Turn on music. So this holiday is much more though than what people think it is. This is a turning point for a lot of people. And, you know, it's a culmination of so many years of stuff and lives. Now, what about some of the things that you might feel about this time of year? Is it over commercialized? But you have to consider some things along with that. Sometimes those things actually employ people and they help people to earn. Every place I've ever worked at prior to doing this, you know, we would draw straws or we would see, you know, who's gonna do the schedule. And we would juggle it. Some people wanted one holiday, some people wanted the other. It worked out. And maybe it didn't work out perfectly, but it worked out for people. And you have to trust that things are falling into place. Some people welcome this. They really welcome this, and you have to let them. But I want to also remind you of the evergreen quality of this time of year. That's the symbol of the tree, of the evergreen tree. That some things are still alive deep inside while everything else seems to have gone dead or dormant. It's a resting time. It's a resting time for nature. It's a hibernation time for the animals. It's a time when in the northern hemisphere, the light is a lot dimmer and, you know, people feel it. People feel affected by the season. They feel affected by the diminishing of the light. But the symbol of the tree and the symbol of the lights are the things that let you know that it's on the upswing. I'm in Chicago, so we've had many winters here where sometimes my only symbol was that little crocus poking itself out of the snow. You know why? Because that crocus has the DNA that gives it the signals that it's time to start pushing through the ground. And that's some of you. Some of you will know that the spring is coming and that even though you're in this part here, this, you know, ending and new beginning, that it's actually a new beginning for you. So I want you to be optimistic. I want you to know that, you know, when you are feeling agitated or irritable or something, take yourself away a little bit. Dispel that atmosphere. You get away. Walk. Go into nature. What about if you don't have traditional plans for this? Well, I say do something unusual. Do something that maybe you haven't been able to do in a while. Go see the lights. Go on a hike. Do something different. Go help out somewhere. Now, this occurs to a lot of people, but what I would recommend is do not sit and stew about it, okay? We're working on the transformation and expansion of the heart, which means that there is a lot to be said about bringing peace within. Peace begins inside here. If you feel irritated, agitated, if your blood is boiling, if you're, you know, upset about something, you're actually not going to be able to feel peaceful or balanced. I do help with that. And for this holiday, I'm taking a couple days off. But what I want to tell you is that this is a daily thing to check your mood, to check your own state of being, and to keep doing it going forward. Because when you do, the person who loves you and who loves you back, they too will feel safe, balanced, and loved. That's what this whole journey is about. It's for deepening, it's for heightening, it's for going beyond some of the things so that you can really feel, not just sense, but really feel and experience. What does this really mean? What are these things? What are these symbols? This, the tree. Why the color? The color red is the color of passion also. And green and red go together because the green is the compassion and the red is the passion. And they go together. This is why you see these colors for heart energy. Green is the compassion and the healing and the well-being, and red is the personal love that's so deep and passionate and intimate. You yourself may not have experienced the more of some of this. So I want to just encourage you that this isn't staying at a state of just peaceful or I'm okay or I'm fine. Because as soon as you say the word fine, you're going to find some other four-letter word that somehow doesn't really. I'm going to give you one other four-letter word, love. Love, okay? Remind yourself that you're a person who is already in love. Love has been shown to you, and this is a part of this season. It's about expression. It's about feeling, and it's about receiving. If you are not receiving, you won't know what it is that gets deeper, that gets higher, okay? So be like a little kid. You know those little kids? I mean, I love listening to those stories of the lists that they make, the letters that they write. They want small things and they want big things. I remember once that my son made this list and he had put on there, all he wanted was a package of ramen noodles, which cost about 25 cents, but he wanted a big screen TV too. You know, the small and the big. And little kids are like that. And this is why sometimes you're encouraged. Don't be immature, but be like a little kid. Be very childlike. Be expectant. Expect the best. And also do your best. If all you can do in any given moment is not indulge yourself in yet the same old pattern, then that's fabulous. If all you can do is be able to say no to overindulging yourself or over drinking, then that's fabulous too. You keep doing it, you want to enjoy, and there are things about what's coming up here for you through your body that you will find actually helps you, which takes all of the guesswork out of it. So if we bring this back to now, how do you do this? Well, number one, I would say, if you're going to a holiday function or gathering or dinner or a party or something like that, do a mini fast before and then decide what you'll have. Remember that you should walk. Remember that only you can say no, okay? And this means knowing yourself, know your limits. Because there's two of you. Are you eating for two or are you each overdoing it? That's the kind of thing that you should remind yourself of. You know, what am I doing? How does this affect on the other side? What is the effect? How is it? So I'm going to be talking much more about this, but I do want to also wish you a wonderful holiday. It's going to be a very different year. It's going to include quite a bit of getting to know yourself even deeper and higher than ever before because those things are opening up. So I'm really glad for getting to know so many of you. I know I said this at one of the other holidays, but I want to say it now. It's been an honor. It's been my privilege to hear so many of your wonderful love stories, of all the perils and the tribulations and the trials and the things that you view as tests. And many of those tests are simply purges. You're not being tested. You already know some of this. That's why there's a familiarity to it for you. That's why some things just seem to be easy, and yet it's new. You can never be tapped into, hacked into, and that is a part of the gift. The biggest gift of this season is actually you being able to connect, integrate your brand new template. The template that doesn't allow interference, the template that doesn't allow you to become deathly ill, the template that doesn't allow certain things. You'll notice this lightening up effect. You have it. You might notice it for people around you. And especially if you're a parent, wish it for your children. Wish that they don't have the things that their grandparents had. If you do nothing else, do that, okay? Because as they say, the strain is ameliorating. Things are intended to get better, and we are on the upswing now, okay? Indulge in the coffee. Indulge in the mochaccino, but not too much. That means 1, not 3, not 5. Don't overdo it this way, don't overdo it that way. Keep yourself knowing yourself. That's how you're going to do it. And that is how we will be bringing peace on earth. The peace begins inside with you. And it always has, it always will. You are deeply loved more than you'll ever know. And just like another story in this season, it's 10 sizes that your heart will grow. So with that, I will say to you, have a very Merry Christmas, have a very happy holiday, and I'll be back with more. Thank you. Bye.